Hello there, this is Victor Santana with StockHunters.com looking at the weekly charts here. We're looking at the U.S. total markets. In here you can see the green line representing the 8-week simple moving average, the red line representing the 24-week simple moving average. And usually when they cross, I like to pay a lot of attention to it because it kind of give you a good direction where the market is going. So right now the total US market overall is still below the 24-week, and it's just barely crossing above. And as you can see, our indicator has not crossed over above the zero line here. Right there is what we consider the zero line. So let's go ahead and take a look at this by individual indices to quickly take a glance. We're looking at the Dow here, and as you can see, the Dow had a pretty big move last week. It broke above the 8-week moving average and closed here. However, we are still below down here as far as the momentum is moving. So we're still on the negative territory. Let's look at the S&P. The S&P, as you could see here, we are still below the 24, just broke above the 8-week moving average. We are showing positive green bars here, but we're still below here on the MACD on the zero line. Now if you look at this, and if you can picture this, if you look straight down here and the trading action sideways, this can be a bearish signal that is showing weakness. Same with the Dow. Let's switch over to Dow. You can see the same general L shape here, which usually is a kind of bearish. Okay, now let's look at the NASDAQ. And NASDAQ is the strongest of them all, and this one here actually broke above the 8 and the 24 simple moving average for the week and closed above, and is just touching right above at the zero line. So for those that want to consider putting a small position, it would be acceptable to go ahead and put a small position in there and put your sell stop right on the lowest price for the week here. So if you calculate from here to there, you are risking a 7.3 or 7.7, just slightly under 8. So which is a very reasonable risk here to enter to see if the trend continues. If it does continue, we're going to see a lot of resistance up in this area up here if it does go above, or even right in this area here at the 58.60. Keep that in mind. Okay, let's look at this small caps, which will be the Russells. We're waiting on this. Here, I think it's coming up now. There we go. And it has broken above the 8-week moving average, but it's still under the 24, and we're still under the zero line here. Histograms are showing positive, which is the momentum, but the trend is still down. And then finally, let's look at the global stocks here, see how overall what global is doing. If it gets over some reason, the system is just running a little touchy today. It's not responding as well. There we go. Alright, global. Showing the most weakness of them all. As you can see, hasn't even captured the 8-week moving average and still under the 50 here. And the trend is still below. Momentum just being positive for the first time. So that's how the indices here. Now we're going to go ahead and see if we can. We're going to go and take a look at real quickly over the major sectors here, and we're going to start with the bonds. Yeah, see if that pops up here for some reason. and it's just having a hard time getting to the bond. Doesn't want to refresh as easy. Okay, here we go. Bond showing strength. It's above the 24 moving average of the week, and the green line being the 8-day. And you can see the trend is still above the 0 line. However, the trend is slowly dissipating, and the momentum is also developing red bars. So it's just showing some weakness here. Looking at it real quickly here, I could see that it's forming a flag formation here. So it's gonna try to decide if it's gonna break up higher or lower. So we've got to keep an eye on this. Now let's go ahead and look at gold real quick, if my system's going to let us get to this here. Wow. Yeah, it's just not liking it today. Apologize for the technical difficulties we're having here. Okay, it says it's loading. And come on. There we go. If it continues on, we just have to cut it short. Alright, gold is pulling back here. As you can see, the trend is also slowing down. The momentum has finally developed a red bar, so the momentum is down. How far can it go? We could see a target date around here, 154 for the ETF down in this area here. So we'll just wait and see. But for now, it is now just cooling off and correcting itself. Now let's look at the transports here. I believe that's what they are. And still not working well. Okay, well, I'm going to have to end it here because it's just causing too much problems, and we'll just have to let this go. However, utilities ETF symbol XLU is the, you might say, is the only sector that's actually showing some strength. It's actually broke above its trend line, and I've been mentioning this since last week that it would be consider getting into some utility stocks here. So we're going to go ahead and recommend some on the next video and see how things go. Until then, the next time, keep your eyes on the markets, and remember that when stops goes in, emotions stay out. Take care.